welcome back to Tea For Me Please. I took a little bit of a break from making videos, but I'm hoping to get back to uploading weekly, as well as bringing you more husband tea torture soon. Lately I've been getting a lot of questions about Gongfu Brewing and how it's different from what you might call Western style brewing, so I thought I would do a quick video just kind of explaining the differences between the two. When someone says Western style brewing, typically they mean kind of your traditionally British way of making teas, so like big teapots, or more modernly like an infuser mug like this. So typically when you're brewing this way, you're going to use about 1 teaspoon of leaves for every 8 ounces of water. So then you'll usually brew the tea for a set amount of time, say 3 minutes or 5 minutes, just depending on the type of tea. So in Gongfu Brewing, typically a gaiwan or a teapot will be your brewing vessel. The main difference is that these are going to hold typically less than 200 milliliters of water, so they're quite small. And you can definitely see that there is a huge size difference between the two. The leaf volume that you're using is also quite different. For Gongfu tea, say a teapot this size, you're probably going to use about 5 to 8 grams of leaves, which is a much higher leaf to water ratio than you would use for a larger teapot when you're Western brewing. And the purpose of that is to get many concentrated infusions versus 1 or 2 large brews. Gongfu Brewing will also typically use much shorter infusion times. Because you're using a higher quantity of leaves and a small amount of water, you're not going to brew the tea nearly as long. Most infusions will be under a minute long, typically about 15 to 30 seconds. Typically Gongfu Brewing will also use much smaller cups. In comparison to like your typical mug, these will usually hold at least 16 ounces of water, where a smaller Gongfu cup is only going to hold probably about 50 to 100 milliliters of water. And many people do find that the smaller cups kind of encourage you to slow down and really savor your tea rather than just gulping it down like we might if there was a very large cup. Now, it's not required for brewing Gongfu, but you'll also notice that often people will use kind of a tray like this to catch any of the water that's spilled. So you certainly can make tea without spilling water, but it does make it easier and also helps when you're using a tea pet. I recently did a video showing all of my tea pets, so I'll link that up there in case you missed that. Let me know in the comments below which way you prefer to brew your tea. Also let me know if there's any tea topics that you would like to see a video about or any questions that you would like answered. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.